Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to make a origami fabric Christmas tree star, just like these ones. To start, you need 4 strips of fabric, and I've used a different pattern for each strip so it gives a contrast to the finished star. You can use all the same fabric. If you've got some scraps and you want to use it up, that's fine, it's totally up to you. But each strip needs to measure 10.5 inches by 3 inches wide. Once you have your strip, you need to iron it in half, like this, to get the centre line, and then you need to iron it again in half at both ends, so the raw end is inside. So you end up with a strip like this. So you have 4 strips. The first stage is to fold it in half, so you have a loop at one end and a raw end at the other. The raw end, one end should be 2 inches longer than the top. So you fold it in half, but one end should be 2 inches longer than the other. Let's do that with all 4 strips. Then we need to interlock these 4 pieces together. So we want to create a square on the table. So we put the folded edge at the top here, and the folded edge at the opposite end at the bottom, the folded edge at the opposite end of the other side. So we have a square. Now we need to interlock them. So we put the raw end through the loop. Let's go round and clockwise. So the raw end through this loop. And the raw end through this loop. And then we're back to the top, so at the top we need to thread that raw end through this loop, keeping the folds 2 inches longer. So now we need to draw them together. We slowly pull them together, making them a tight square in the centre. So it's not quite tight enough, so I'm pulling it tighter. That was my cat. So a nice tight square in the centre. Okay, and they're still 2 inches longer at either end. So now we need to fold this over. So you've got your long ends on top. The next stage, you go from the top and you fold it into the square. And you go round, and so that one becomes the under, this one becomes the over. This one becomes the under, this one becomes the over. So we've worked our way round. The last, because we got back to the beginning, we need to tuck this inside and through the loop. So we tuck that through. And now all my ends are the same length. Okay, can you see that? All the ends are the same length. If they're not with yours, just play around with it. You can pull it back through and make sure they're all the same length. So now we need to create these points, the points of the star. To do that, you start from the top and you fold this over. You can pause this and then start it again just to keep up. So if you feel like you don't know what's going on, just pause it and you can see it as a visual, as a freeze. So you fold it over, turn it over, fold it so it's a triangle, pull it back on itself, and then this raw end, you tuck it in at the back. If it's a bit long, you can trim it at the end. So you have the first one done. And we're going to work our way around. So then you work outwards, so you fold it outwards in a triangle, you fold it down, turn it back on itself, and you tuck your end in. You fold it out, turn it over, fold it down, so you have a triangle, fold it back on itself, tuck your end in. Fold it out, turn it over, back on itself, fold it in, tuck it at the back. Fold it out, turn it over, fold it down, tuck it in. We've got 3 more to go. Fold it out, turn it over, fold it down, tuck him in. You can also fast forward if you're getting bored of me saying the same thing. Fold it out, fold it down, tuck it in. Fold it out, the last one, turn it over, tuck it in. You can leave your star like this, so it just sits on the tree. There you go, it's finished. Or you can create a loop at the top. To do that, you have a strip of embroidery thread, or you could use ribbon if you like, and a big needle. But a strip of embroidery thread, you tie a knot in the end, and you just catch the fabric from the back. This needle's quite thick, so it's quite hard to pull through. And then you catch it again. And then whatever length you want your strip to be, you can leave a loop, tie it a bit shorter. So you leave that loop there. And then you want to tie a knot. So you just create a small loop, push it through the top fabric, thread your needle through the loop, catch it. Do it once more, making sure you catch the fabric. Make a small loop, thread it through the loop, and that ties a neat knot. Then you just cut the end of your embroidery thread and you're left with your lovely Christmas tree star. It really is so simple. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.